All right, I got another joke for you guys today. Let's take a look. Okay, a priest, a pastor, and a rabbit walk into the Red Cross. The rabbit steps up to the nurse's station and says, I think I'm a type O. I think I'm a type O. Do you get it? Well, it's a bit hard, so let's read it again. Okay, a priest, a pastor, and a rabbit walk into the Red Cross. The rabbit steps up to the nurse's station and says, I think I'm a type O. I think I'm a type O. All right, so to get this joke, it's a bit challenging because you need to have a knowledge of a specific kind of joke in English. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about that kind of joke, but first I want to tell you what the pun is. Okay, the pun is usually the what makes the joke funny, right? That's the punchline. Usually the punchline goes right at the end of the joke. Okay, so that's where the pun is here. The pun is the word typo. Okay, typo. So remember, a pun has two or more meanings. It's a word or a phrase that can mean more than one thing, right? That's why it's funny. Okay, so can you think of two meanings for typo? What are two meanings? Well, I can think of two meanings. Okay, so the rabbit is going up to the nurse's station, right, and says, I think I'm a typo. So what's he talking about? The rabbit is talking about his blood type. Okay, type O is a blood type. You know, everybody is a different blood type. Some people are like type A, type B, type O. Okay, so type O is what the rabbit has. It's a kind of blood. Okay, but typo has another meaning, and that is a spelling mistake. Okay, so if you make a spelling mistake, that's called a typo. Now, sometimes in my videos I make typos. I'm sorry about that, but you guys are always nice and forgiving. You always forgive me. So thank you very much for that. So if if you're texting your friend, you might make a spelling mistake and you could say, sorry for the typo. Hey, sorry for the typo. Okay, so that's what the pun is. Now, what about that specific kind of joke that I was talking about? In English, we have a joke that starts, it almost always starts the same way. It starts a priest, a pastor, and a rabbi walk into a bar. Okay? A priest, a pastor, and a rabbi walk into a bar. It doesn't need to be a bar. It could be a different building. You know, like in this case, right? There are three people, or one is a rabbit, okay? So three people walking into the Red Cross. Okay, but usually how the joke starts is a priest, a pastor, and a rabbi walk into a bar. Okay, so what do you notice? That's not a rabbi, it's rabbit, right? Now, do you know what a rabbi is? A rabbi is a leader in the Jewish community. Okay, like a pastor. Okay, Jews don't have pastors or priests. They have rabbis. Okay, so if you go to a synagogue, you know, a synagogue is like a Jewish church. Okay, so if you go to a synagogue, you'll see a rabbi. If you go to a Catholic church, you'll see a priest. If you go to a Protestant church, you'll see a pastor. There are no priests in Protestantism. So those are those three people, right? Now you probably already see why this is funny with the word typo. Okay, because the word rabbi and rabbit are almost exactly the same, right? Rabbit just has an extra T on the end. So it's very possible for this joke to be a typo. I mean, it's supposed to start. It would be more common for the joke to start a priest, a pastor, and a rabbi. Okay, but now it's starting a priest, a pastor, and a rabbit. Okay, so that's the typo, right? So like I said, you have to sort of know about that kind of joke to know why this is funny. You know, because if you didn't know that, then there would be nothing strange about this, right? A priest, a pastor, and a rabbit walk into the Red Cross. Okay, so like I said, you need to sort of have that background knowledge of that specific kind of joke. Okay, let's take a look at the joke one last time. A priest, a pastor, and a rabbit walk into the Red Cross. The rabbit steps up to the nurse's station and says, I think I'm a typo. I think I'm a typo, right? The rabbit doesn't think he's supposed to be part of the joke, right? Because he thinks he's supposed to be a rabbi, right? He thinks there was a mistake. Whoever wrote the joke made a typo, and they meant to say a priest, a pastor, and a rabbi walk into a bar, but they made a typo and said a rabbit instead of a rabbi. Anyway, that's the joke. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever you are, and I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.